What's up, everyone? We are still at the beginning of the year, right? There's still a lot more to come, but we could already see a little glimpses of what we could expect for the next couple of events, maybe, or next couple of months, with a lot of Counter-Strike events coming up. And one of them, and not less important at all, is PGL Cluj-Napoca. Yeah, PGL is back in Romania with a pretty big event, more than 1 million prize pool total. A lot of the top teams, some controversies as well, right? A lot of the top teams decided to leave the tournament, but still, the list is pretty stacked. We have some really good teams, and today we're gonna be doing a tier list and try to help you guys and understand who are the main favorites, who should be the champion, and who is just doing a Dracula tour in Romania, and having some fun maybe, who has the upset potential. But before we do that, we can dive a little deeper into what has already happened in within the Counter-Strike scene, which was two big events, right? With Blast and IEM Katowice more recently. And specifically for Katowice, we didn't see many surprises, right? I mean, the biggest surprise for me would be the Virtus Pro lineup, right? We ended up being placed at the 5th and 6th and earning a 61,000 prize pool total, which certainly helps a lot in terms of the rankings. But other than that, not many surprises, right? Game Elysian continues to be really strong, even though they constantly go over roster changes. FaZe Clan also with Elige. I mean, we could maybe expect FaZe to go a little further, but considering they just had a roster change and they're still figuring out the roles, that's something that it's understandable, right? Liquid, Astralis doing pretty decent. Furia, very disappointing, right? Performance from them. Together with Mouse, who clearly had really bad games without their IGL Shiwi. Didn't show much improvement throughout the event in Katowice. And, well, we will be able to see them again in Cluj-Napoca and see if they're able to step up their game and maybe figure things out with the Brolin as an IGL, right? And, yeah, I mean, Katowice with Vitality being the champions and the way it was, I think it was impressive. But, in PGL Cluj-Napoca, we don't have Vitality, we don't have Spirit, we don't have Navi, but we do have the Mongols. One of the teams that I like the most watching currently in Counter-Strike, and one of the teams that didn't really surprise me in Katowice, but did put up a really great fight throughout the whole event, right? So, without further doing, let's go straight to the tier list, check the teams that are participating in Cluj-Napoca, and then let's decide who do we think is going to win the whole event. Let's go. All right, so here we have the teams down below, and we have the rankings, right? So easy, champ, favorites, could make it, upset potential, and Dracula tour, which means they're just there for being there and maybe doing a Dracula tour. Why not, right? Just in Romania, might as well just go sightseeing. Why not? If you don't have a chance. But is there anyone on this list that actually doesn't have a chance? That's what we're going to find out. So we have 3D Max, Astralis, Big, Complexity, Eternal Fire, one of the top teams as well, right? Has been performing really well. We have the Falcons with Nico on it. We have FaZe Clan, great opportunity for FaZe. We have FlyQuest, Imperial Female, playing this one as well. Got invited last minute, which was great. MIBR, Mouse Sports, as we spoke about, Pain Gaming, Sol, The Mongols, Virtus Pro, and Wildcard. Pretty good event for sure. And I guess we can maybe follow the order. Or actually, let's start with the Dracula tour. Let's start with a little bit spicy. And who do we think that actually doesn't have a single chance to do anything? We have to consider that there is also upset potential, right? So it has to be a team that we don't even think has upset potential here. And I know many of you is going to say Imperial Female, but you know what? I'm going to go with FlyQuest here. I don't think FlyQuest even have upset potential unless they play against Imperial Female. I think Big has been playing inconsistently, but they have shown pretty good stuff last couple of officials. It's kind of hit or miss, actually. Big is one of those. I guess the same goes for Sol. Man, Sol also yikes. They have been struggling ever since they came back from the player break. I'm not sure. Um, I'm really in between FlyQuest and Sol here because I really don't trust this Sol lineup at the moment. Their result speaks for itself. They haven't been really great. So, you know what? I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put FlyQuest on upset potential, and I'm gonna go bold here and say that Sol won't win a single match in this event. Let's see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. Anyway, we're just going to leave Dracula Tour for Sol for the time being. And then we go to Upset Potential. And then Upset Potential, obviously, we have to put the Imperial Female, who has been playing greater and greater every match they play. They did great against Furia in Katowice. Didn't stood a chance against Big. But either way, I think they're learning. They are getting experience. And they have no pressure again, right? Invite last minute. Why should it be any pressure, right? So, Imperial Female, upset potential. I would say Big with upset potential as well. I don't think they can make it, and they are far from being favorites, but they certainly can do some upsets. MIBR goes in this list as well, 100%. Wildcard goes on the list as well. And then the list starts getting shorter and shorter. And actually, we have complexity here. Complexity. What is complexity doing here, right? I think they're doing Dracula Tour. Let's go. Like, I honestly can't believe in this complexity roster with the loss, losing Elish, and I think it's a massive loss, right? And yeah, hopefully they figure things out and they surprise me. Not only me, but they would have to surprise the whole scene because I don't think many people actually believe in this roster. But if I'm putting Sol here, I have to be honest and put complexity as well, right? So here we have two Dracula Tour teams, and then we have could make it, favorites, and easy champ. So how many teams left? We have 8 teams in total left. That's pretty cool. 5 teams on upset potential. Could make it. We can put could make it Falcons. Who knows, right? I'm leaning towards putting them on upset potential, but I'm just going to respect the fact they have Nico there. And they are improving, honestly, with this roster. I think they are playing pretty decent, but, you know, not enough to be favorites or to win the event in my eyes. Could make it. Who knows? What if, right? Could make it. I'm going to say Astralis, right? Astralis could make it. They're playing pretty decent online. They're qualifying for events. They are showing improvements. I guess they needed time as well with Cadian, Device on the lineup, and all of that. I'm gonna also put 3D Max on upset potential, but I don't think they can make it simply because in my eyes they lost one of the most important players on Joko, and I think they're gonna lose a lot of firepower because of that. So yeah. I have to put 3D Max on upset potential. So we have 6 teams on upset potential. And then teams that could actually make it. Is there anyone else? I would say Pain Gaming. Pain Gaming could make it. But they have been a bit sloppy. I would say inconsistent, to say the least. In Katowice, and then they came back to Brazil. Also lost a qualifier to Imperial, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty badly, 2-0, and got eliminated. So I don't know. I think that, all this traveling thing with Pain Gaming, they could arrive the event a bit exhausted. So, yeah, I think this could be a factor, and I think that they could make it, but it's going to be really hard, right? And then we go towards favorites, and we have 5 teams left, which means we have to put 4 teams on the favorites category, and then we have to select who is going to be the champions in our eyes. And I'm going to start the list with Virtus Pro. I think what they shown in Katowice does make me believe that they could be one of the favorites here. I think they shown, that they're able and capable of beating top teams. No question about it. And I think that, for the haters who doubted Electronic, I think he's been doing pretty well in terms of calling and the way that VP plays. I think they run away from that methodical, slow style. They're mixing things up very well, and they looks very scary. You know, they're not as easy to read as, in my opinion, they were with James and their way they used to play back in the day. So VP has to be on this list. Then I'm just gonna say, obviously, Mouse. They could. I mean, we just gotta respect the fact that they still have a great lineup. And yeah, it's been rough for Brolin so far. He does need more time, but who knows, right? I still believe in the roster itself. I think that if they're able to step up individually as well, I think they can still do a lot of damage. So I'm still gonna respect the fact that it's Mouse Sports at the end of the day. Put them here. Also, FaZe Clan. I don't think they have what it takes to win the event, but they certainly has a lot of potential, right? Great players. They did great at the last major. Elige is getting way more comfortable, you know, with more matches being played. I think they are one of the favorites, but that left us with only 2 teams. And in my eyes, 2 teams that has a lot of potential and has shown a lot of improvement last couple of years. 2 upcoming teams, I would say, right? Teams that at the beginning, you know, 3 or 4 years ago, nobody would say that they would be favorites to win events, and obviously not even close of, you know, being champions in an event like this. So what do we think? Based on what we saw in Katowice, I think both of these teams has a lot of potential, but I do think that Eternal Fire, they have a little stronger mentality than the Mongols. I do think that the Mongols has more potential. I really like their style. I like that they mix up things very well. I think that they are very consistent in terms of the individuals on the team. They usually perform really well. They have a strong map pool, both of them, right? But I'm just going to be honest here, and I think that what Eternal Fire has shown, if they don't choke and they're able to pull the performances that they did in Katowice, for example, against the teams that are going to, the opposition that they have here, not facing their demons, you know, the likes of Vitality, Spirit, Navi, and those, I think they have a lot of chances to win the entire thing. So I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to put the Mongols in favorites, and Eternal Fire wins Cluj-Napoca, and yeah, Turkey celebration in the end. It's going to be really nice, actually, if it happens. I think they have been deserving it for a long time to win a massive event like this. It will be huge for the scene. And yeah, but now it's time for you guys to do your tier list. I'm going to leave in the comments below so you can access, you can do yours. And please leave it in the comments. Who do you think wins Cluj-Napoca and who are the favorites? Cheers.